These last couple of weeks have been amazing. Well, I say weeks, it was 12 days, but basically, this summer we were presented with an opportunity that we just couldn't say no to. My sister and my brother in law both work full time. They have two beautiful, brilliant kids that are our nephews, and they were going away to Portugal. And we got to go down and spend some time with them, celebrate my nephew Rory's birthday. There he is there, the taller one. Yeah, he had his birthday. We got to see him, which was lovely. And then, literally a couple of days after his birthday, they shot off to Portugal for a 2 week holiday, which was amazing for them. We got some pretty good weather here as well, to be fair. We had some good days out with them, a few walks, a few trips to the park, and things like that. But the main reason we did come down was to look after a certain somebody, and I'll get into that. This clip's hilarious. They decided to put two normal balloons with a helium balloon and send it into the sky because that's how we recycle balloons, I guess. But yeah, they loved that. They thought that was hilarious. We were going to do it with two, but one popped. But we made the most of it. We had a good afternoon together. My sister, again, and her husband, my brother-in-law, both work full-time, have very stressful jobs, very intense work-life schedule, as well. Balancing being parents at the same time is very stressful for them. So it was always lovely when me and Helen have been able to go down in the past, and obviously now, to give them a bit of a break and a bit of a rest. Plus, this year has been a difficult one for me and Helen. We've lived together for 3 years. We've been together for a long time now in total, and we literally have been missing each other like crazy because of our new lifestyle that had to happen after uni's finishing and graduating. Now I see her like 3 days a week, if that. And that's horrible. When you've lived with someone for 3 years and you get on with them and they're the best person in your life and you can't see them every day like you used to, it crushes you. Mentally, emotionally, physically, it drains you. And it's so hard and it's so difficult. And that's why when this opportunity came up, I didn't want to pass on it and I didn't want to say no to it, because it meant that me and Helen, even if it was just for 12 days, got to go back living together like we did at university, having a blast, having a great time. We shot a bunch of videos down here, lots of videos coming out on the channel, and honestly, we just had such the best time living together again. Like, it was so nice to feel that way we did in our home in Huddersfield before graduating uni, to go back to cooking teas together and having a good life together. Like, honestly, it melted my heart and I couldn't be more grateful for that opportunity. But the reason we stayed really was to look after my sister's dog, Barry. Here he is.
You literally got half of...
When Barry refuses to get out of his bed, so we have to have a 4-person team removing him.
I'm so scared.
Mind your shoes, mind the shoes. Mind the shoes.
We did it! Come on!
King Barry has returned. Oh! Welcome to the Martin household at 5 in the morning. There's Barry if you can't see him. We have sous chef Helen, chef Tom, and co-chef Barry, who has Barry boo, Barry.
Go inside.
Come on.
He's shaking. Come on, let's let him in.
We've tried to take Barry for a walk, and he's chosen not to put on his harness.
Yeah, it's alright. Go on then. You don't want walking now?
Nope.
No.
No, he doesn't. Barry is 16 years old, and my sister's had him for a long time with her partner before both the boys were even in their life. So in dog years, he's like 100 and something. We were just heading out to the butcher's, and Barry decided he's coming with us. Aww. On my way. On my way. I could tell. He's going to it. Yay, Barry! Good boy. Barry in the pack. There he is.
On the racetrack, Barry, come on.
He's running his laps. He's got a bit of a way to go. Good boy, Barry. Good boy.
Well done, Barry.
He's doing his laps.
Look at him do the lap.
He's doing his laps.
Oh, look at him go.
Barry. Good boy.
Eating your food and water. You filled up the bowls, so that's good.
Good boy. Good boy.
He's good.
Good boy.
He's all good.
It's been an absolute pleasure looking after you, young man. Very good. And you don't look bad for 100 and something. Be good. We love you. And we'll see you soon. I think I have officially built up that much of a bond with Barry now. Every time I walk anywhere. If you think William and Rory used to be my shadow, it doesn't change. in the slightest. Because no matter where I walk, no matter where I walk, he's literally on my heel at all times. I think I've got a new best friend. Look. Goes, do 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 do. Barry's on a big adventure. Do 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 do. Good job, Barry.
Why? I know.
The key to a happy life is a happy wife. Not necessarily the case. It's more about having the understanding that everybody has a role to play, especially when you get to domestic life. There's my partner in there, hard at work. She's doing the house cleaning. I've been in charge of the landscaping, keeping the grass good, keeping this path nice and brushed, swept, jet washed, all that good stuff. And basically, we've got this simple system set out. Now, bearing in mind, me and Helen lived together for 3 years, and then due to life, we had to move back to our parents' house. And in the meantime, we've not been living together, so it's been real rough. This last 12 months have been absolutely killer. Not enjoyed it in the slightest. Absolutely hated it, to be honest, at times. And it's been really difficult. And without the likes of YouTubers and escapism, I think I would have really struggled. Honestly, if I wasn't doing YouTube full time, she wasn't doing her work full time, we both would have really struggled. But we've come to my sister's house down in the lovely Surrey Hills, and we've been able to go back to living domestically again, and it's been a blast. It's sadly coming to an end, but whilst we've been here, it's been an absolute treat. Helen's done absolutely brilliantly around the house. We've been dividing our roles up even better than what it was like when we first started living together at uni for the very first time. That was a whole new way of life, and then now we've just slipped back into domestic life. I've got my tasks that I do. That might be the likes of making breakfast, cooking tea, making lunches. Helen's got her tasks that she's better at, stuff like the clothes and stuff. I can do it just goes over my head sometimes. And like the sort of in-house cleaning, she's way better at it than I am. I'm just a quick hoover there, kind of done. But like, I love the garden type stuff, the outdoors type things. She loves all the homely stuff. We just have found a rhythm and a rhyme that works together, and that's why I've loved living with her for the last 3 years. That's why one day I'd love to live with her permanently, and like be able to be together 365 all day long, and obviously make a tea in the evening after work and stuff. But yeah, it's been awesome. It's been really sick. I'm looking after this little guy here. There he is. Hey, Barry! Barry! That is my sister's dog, who we've been looking after these last 12 days, which has been pretty mad. So yeah, like I was saying before, me and Helen have absolutely loved living together for the last 3 years. Obviously, this last year has been really difficult, not seeing each other as often, and when you've lived with someone for 3 years and then boom, just instantly over a couple of weeks, you then have that entire 3 years of your life kind of put on ice. It's not been a nice situation in the slightest, and that's why I said when Kerry and Paul gave us the opportunity to come down to London and take care of their dog Barry, we wanted to, because I've grown up with Barry. My sister's had him longer than both of my nephews, and he is like 100 and something. So like looking after him was super easy. We just had to feed him, make sure he had water, obviously in case he had a few accidents, clean that up, and then like obviously just try and take him and encourage him to go outside for some fresh air. But obviously he doesn't like walking miles because he is an old man, he's an old dog, but he's so good to look after. He was super easy to look after, and me and Helen had a blast just getting to live domestically again. And like I love that, like we both have our own skills that we're just great at, and we just bounce off one another so well. And it's super sad in this day and age. I see husbands, wives, partners like dogging on each other, negging each other, like having this rivalry with each other and not building each other up anymore. And it's like, when did that happen? When did life start going in that direction where like you dogged on your you bullied your partner or you picked on your spouse. Like, that type of toxic mannerisms isn't going to fly with me. I don't like that shit. It makes me really, like, just sick and upset. So, like, that's why when Helen struggles with certain tasks, I just bounce in and try and find the best case scenario to solve it. When I'm struggling, she does exactly that. She does exactly the same. She comes in, fixes what I'm doing wrong. She's great at her stuff, I'm great at mine, and we just have that chemistry to the point in which we can just bounce off one another. And that's why living together for those 3 years, especially when COVID was happening, oh my god, it was crazy. Because, like, we obviously met in high school, therefore you get the stereotype of, oh, it'll be like this childhood sweetheart thing, and then you'll simmer out as you get older and shit like that'll happen. No. I know from these last 6 years that, I spent half a decade with this girl by now, and we just celebrated our 6 year anniversary this year. And we've had birthdays together, anniversaries together, Christmases together, highs and lows together, and a lockdown of pandemic proportion when the world just decided to go on ice for a couple of years. And we were studying in university and doing things like so many different activities together. And this person is my life partner. She has everything in my future that I want, and I am hers. She is mine. We work that mentality out together. Like, we just flow together so nicely, and it's not been through trying to find each other. It was a blissful, I'll sit next to her on the couch, she'll sit next to me, and we just started talking. And honestly, life-changing conversation. So, like, this girl has got everything that I could ever ask for in a life partner. I am humbled and grateful every day to have someone on my side, backing me, helping me grow as a person, and I respect her in every way possible and hope to do the same for her. And me and her just connect so well, and it's something that literally couldn't be fought, made, crafted, whatever. It was just so natural how it formed. And despite what everyone said, everyone's doubts, everyone's negativities, everyone's naysaying, and all the shit that the world has in store for you, she's been my ride or die. And honestly, if I spend another day on this planet, as long as it's with her, I've done my justice. I'm happy. And honestly, she's fantastic in every way possible, and I couldn't be more grateful and humbled and glad. And honestly, these 12 days just flew by in the blink of an eye. We've had a blast and a great time, and I hope you enjoyed the other videos we've made for you. But yeah, enjoy, watch, click, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. But Helen, love you, and I can't wait to see you next time and do some awesome, awesome adventures with you in the future. I know we've got one planned. We're keeping it shushed, and we'll tell people when they're ready to know. But peace.
Switch up all the rules and imagine a utopia. Darling, I'm just so fed up with. What does perfect even mean?